We're live.
We're live?
Yep.
Okay. Ron, do you want to stand or you want to sit there for this meeting? Whatever you're comfortable with. It's 6:15, so we'll get started. Eileen, is he coming at all tonight? Is he on vacation still? Then you got the chair. Got the chair. There you go. Everybody's comfortable. All right, we're going to start with the baseball club user agreements.
Yeah, so the user agreements are, Angie had been working on them with the club, so a while ago.
A long time ago.
And we have this one with the baseball club still to finalize, and we had met with them a few months ago. And the only thing that they had to go take it to their board. They've had a few people change on the board since then. Sean Kohler isn't the president anymore. Greg Chase is now. And the only thing we went back and forth on a few times was really on page 3, the bullet where it says mow the ball field areas. So we had in there mow the ball field areas 2 days a week, Mondays and Fridays, weather permitting, alternative days if weather doesn't permit Monday or Friday. And then we added in, they really wanted that to be 3 times a week. And that was before we had determined if we could add a 4th seasonal position. And so we since are including in our draft budget that 4th seasonal position. So we added in that italicized language, staff permitting, if the city has at least 4 seasonal mowing positions filled, then the mowing schedule will be 3 times a week if the weather conditions favor aggressive grass growth and that type of thing. Whatever they wanted.
Aggressive grass growth.
With our 4th seasonal position, we should be able to do it with we got the 4.
I've got interviews tomorrow to see if we can get 4, so hopefully.
We've got 2 coming back and then 2 tomorrow. They both should work out. Okay. And do you have a plan on scheduling, how you're going to do it, so you've got it available?
I'm
They can all be
actually
working.
gonna take one of the part-time people that we hire, and it'll probably be the older gentleman. And he's gonna stay down at the rec fields between soccer and that's all he's gonna do is just deal with all that stuff. So that's pretty much gonna be it. We're still gonna be doing the mowing and stuff, but he's gonna be doing the, trash and the dragging of the fields and just because they're wanting the fields dragged and dragged and that kind of stuff, which takes a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
We literally the past 2 days, we've been trying to get the fields ready. Not get ready, but just get them worked up and get, all the stuff off of them and that kind of stuff. So it takes a little longer when you do the deep dragging and so I'm basically just gonna have him down there the whole time to handle everything, weedy,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so this is, if you go back to the beginning, the baseball club agreed to raise their fee that they'll pay per player from $7.50 to $10 per player.
For next year?
For this
For
year.
2026.
For the chair.
Ah, I see that. Yep. Read the next line.
And this is going back to 2025 because we never got the agreement signed for 2025, so it's
So they paid
retroactive.
$7.50 last year, right? They
Yeah.
did pay, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they did. Okay.
You know how much they paid?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
We have to
I
look
think
at
they had, if I'm not mistaken, I think they had 220 kids, so whatever that is.
I can check it.
I'm
Oh, yeah, you
pretty
can-
sure it was
it.
220.
Yeah, you better.
2 of my kids are signed up now, so.
Oh, good.
More money.
Yeah.
1650?
16.50 for it. So that'll help with some of the stuff. Any other major changes or little changes we need to be made aware of?
I don't think anything else besides,
And Ron, you feel good that you can handle this with your staff?
Yeah.
Okay.
let me just look up how much they paid.
Okay. What's the field conditioner? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday?
That's
field-
that deep
That's the
drag.
deep drag.
Oh, that's
They,
the deep.
they call it a conditioner. It's-
Okay,
It's
that's
literally
the
just,
deep drag,
And
gotcha.
they bought that piece of equipment,
no,
not we did,
we did with that tractor.
with the tractor.
I believe it, because we got some pieces that went with that tractor, and I believe that was one of them.
The spring 2025 fees they paid were $1,747.
Now, I may have just read over it. Does it says in here that if there's a problem with the tractor, that they should get a hold of me, correct?
Problem like, what do you mean?
I'm pretty sure I seen something like that in here. I think- Because today, we had to do quite a bit to it.
Yeah.
Like what, Ron?
It was just the 3-point would not come up real fast. And normally when you pull back, it comes up pretty quickly. And we couldn't figure it. It had enough oil. We knew we had changed the filter, so the filter wasn't plugged. Ended up being just a couple of loose bolts, and the lever wasn't pulling back far
It's
enough.
about halfway down on page 2.
Is it on 2?
Communicate with the city maintenance, with the city on maintenance
Yep,
needs.
I see it.
To the tractor, yes, I mean,
So just little stuff like that.
So how often do they use that tractor?
Quite a bit.
they use it quite often.
So what are they using it for?
Well, so far this year, they've used it on, they tried to do some work on the gravel at City Field. I don't know what they did with it, but I know they used it to get some of that sand that's down by Field 5. I'm not sure what they did with that sand, but,
So do they come and tell you that they need it, and so you know the person doing it, or do we need to make sure it's people that know how to use it, and maybe have a meeting about that, rather than just let
Now-
everybody pick it up?
In the past, I thought they had to come in and sign
A
some
way-
type of paper or something, a contract with you guys that said only certain few people could use it on the club. I'm pretty sure that
Have we done that?
I don't
that
know.
we have done that in the past.
I'd like to know who all, where is it, does it have a key that if you kept the key, they'd have to come find you to use?
Yes, but in the past, we've just been letting them use it whenever they need it, and so the key stayed in it. They've got the combination to the lock to get in that building.
Right,
I think it'd be a good idea to limit it to.
we need to know
certain,
who's
not
using it,
certain.
and we need to make sure they're insured, and, yeah.
In my opinion, that'd be a good idea.
So do you want to add something to this then?
Well-
Give me a list of names, but say they have to provide the names to the city office of those authorized. to
That,
use.
those that are, yeah, who are gonna be using it, and that they're qualified to use the tractor and carry insurance so that they're not,
Is this something you probably need to get from ICAP
could be.
to make sure that? they're
Like a waiver of some sort, I don't know.
Something from them maybe, so that they ensure that.
I didn't know they would still be using it, especially if we have 4 people working, that they wouldn't.
It would be a good idea because then it would stop what happened last year when they used it on the real muddy stuff and the tractor was just covered in mud.
Well, wasn't there gonna be training on something last year too, they talked about?
Today, when we went to get on it, I took a picture of it, there's literally a footprint on the hood of it. Somebody's been standing on the hood of it. And it's a grown man's footprint.
We need to address that and make sure they're taking care of our expensive
And I
equipment,
can send you those pictures if you need,
yeah.
so.
And I don't know, maybe we need with ICAP to see if we have permission, if they need to sign something, or if we can let somebody besides an employee use it. I don't know. Something to look into.
And I don't know if that would prevent them from getting out there in the mud, because I think it's the people that would be the ones that would sign up to drive it, that would be out there doing it, quite honestly,
That's what I'm, yeah.
right?
I can't say for sure. I think I know who like did that last year, but like I said, I.
But it might be a
don't know.
different person this year.
And do they really only need to use it like if they drag the fields or something?
And that says it in here too, is if like for some reason we can't do it, or if something they,
I think we have to notify, I think it needs to be written in here then that they need to
That they need to
notify us that
notify
who's coming in to use it, to let us know they're coming to use it, not just
Yeah.
show up and get it.
well, especially if I have somebody down there all the time, you know, he might need it and they come in and grab it without him
Right.
knowing, and
Right.
then it screws his whole day up, so.
Somebody needs to be notified if they're
So
gonna use it.
So you want me to add some language in here regarding that? Use of the
Yeah.
tractor?
Like, what's a realistic way to notify them? Because it might be that they show up and realize, hey, we need to do something, so it's not like they can give a day's notice.
But, I mean, maybe we should
Can
say,
we just,
can you only, what should they even be using it? Should they only
Right.
be using it for dragging the fields?
Well,
Because like, they were using it the other day for something in the parking lot.
yeah,
I don't think they should use it for doing parking lot maintenance.
well, yeah, especially now that I have a skid loader and I just added a bunch of rock to City Field
Yeah.
and filled in all the holes there.
Yeah, I feel like they should only be using it for dragging the fields.
Yeah.
So-
Well, and it does have a mower on it also in case they
And
needed to
and
mow
mow.
something, so, yeah,
And mowing or dragging the fields.
correct.
So do we need to put something
Um,
in here about that?
that probably wouldn't hurt.
yeah,
Does it have a small bucket on the
it
front?
does have a small
Okay.
bucket, but it's tiny.
Yeah, it wouldn't be made for
Yeah.
parking lot
Correct.
use, yeah.
Do they use the city fields?
They do use.
They were
the field,
using it.
Oh,
They use all the field, well, all except 1 and 1A.
That's when they can find it, they do
I'm
that.
not even sure
They
if,
don't know.
Because I was wondering, what are they doing with the tractor down there?
They don't know that
They
it's
use
gonna
it
get
for a
done,
lot.
it's
Okay.
historically.
Yeah, could be.
A lot.
and I still haven't heard, last year there was some talk about them taking over the little kids also. I don't know if the Y is still doing that or if the club's taking it over.
I don't know either.
I haven't heard anything from that yet, so.
So you want something about only using the tractor for mowing or dragging a field and then,
And notifying
And
the
notify-
city,
No-
somebody, that they're,
Notify when,
before
when
using
used.
it.
before use.
Well, it
And a
looks like
limited number of people, right? Like an
Yeah.
approved list
mowing,
of people.
dragging, and deep till, because the first responsibility there is, it says deep till fields with the tractor.
and limit number of people.
Mm-hmm.
They should have to come in my opinion, and sign
Yeah, I asked
some
him,
type of waiver.
I asked Aaron Haystrup about
Okay.
that, because if they set up something before, I'm sure they could do.
I'm almost positive I remember them having to come in.
I think I vaguely remember sometime around this time last year, one person coming in and
Yep.
signing.
Because I told them to come in and he had to sign
A new person.
A waiver. Yeah,
long-haired guy.
Maybe.
So we need a list of approved people from them, right? And then they sign a waiver, then letting them know what it is they can do with it. And then some kind of, when they want to access it,
Or
what does that look like? Reaching out to you?
even if they, just tell me what they're doing, if I think it's too hard on the tractor or something like that, I can say,
Right.
I wish you wouldn't, something like that.
yeah. And if they can't get a hold of Ron, then they need to call City Hall
Yeah.
so that somebody can get a hold of Ron to see,
Yeah.
so they can communicate. They can't just say we didn't reach him, but
But are they out there in the fields by 4 o'clock? Like, would they be accessing the equipment during city hall hours?
I'm not sure what they do for work, but they're out there early mornings, midday,
Okay.
late, they're,
Probably the most common times they'll do it is after hours, but sometimes they are.
they're there.
but if they
a lot
know
during the
ahead of
day.
time they're planning on it, right? So they could let us, ahead of time.
I think
Just, oh, I'm
sometimes,
gonna go down there now.
yeah, but I think
Right.
sometimes they show up and see
Even if
something
they
and they're
do
like,
call
oh, I
and
need to
just say,
do
hey,
this.
is anybody using it, that's better than
Yeah,
just,
mostly to coordinate the use.
Yeah.
If it's after 4, they can leave a message and say, so-and-so is going down there tonight to mow. Or,
Yeah.
They can leave a message so we know who it is.
And hopefully they won't have to use it as much this year with the extra help.
But Ron, if they're leaving it in a way that they're kind of messy and stuff, do we need to talk to them about that? Not necessarily in
we
this
tried,
agreement, but,
We tried last year and it is in here that they need to clean up if they,
yeah,
you know, and not use it on muddy days, and I think so.
so we just need to
Like,
remind
hopefully
them.
they, you know, go by this, and if, if they do get it muddy, I would really like them to just spray it off.
Spray it
There's
off.
water down there now, so.
The water's turned on?
I
Yeah,
know,
the water's
they're
not turned on
supposed to be, I talked to Greg Chase today. I told him there's still supposed to be some days down in the low 20s, and I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't
risk
think
it.
that you would get, so.
So should we, because it's in here, but I think that's something that we should like pointedly
Yeah.
say to them. Have we done the final walkthrough, the checklist yet?
Nope.
Right, so
I
maybe we
think-
can have that conversation at that point and just say like,
Yeah.
clean it off, right?
Yep. Other than that, that's all I
Okay.
can only think of.
Council, anybody?
I think this looks good.
Just add something about the waiver and the coordinating tractor use. Okay, the next thing that I had then, Ron and Randy, you've got this little packet you got right here. About the, park lights from the Ray Thomas Trust, so let's go, Ron.
On the first page, now, me and Randy had a meeting about it, and we kind of went through his PowerPoint, so I'm hoping it's the same. The first one is the letter that he sent to the Ray Thomas Trust to request the money.
So just background, the Ray Thomas Trust is at the Glenwood State Bank, operates it or manages it.
They manage it.
But it's a trust that's left for the use of, the funds can only be used to benefit Lake Park. So the city can apply for it, the amphitheater can apply for it, and the museum can apply for it. And they get money just for projects at the Lake Park every year.
Sometimes they split it, sometimes.
I was gonna
they
say,
get it all.
for years, we didn't get anything, and I think they just let the interest
They were-
build up, and then.
Yeah.
Then they start letting people use it, and then a little while, they'll quit doing it and let it build up again. He requested, 30 to 35,000 to complete the lighting, or, 45 to 75,000 to put lights at, City Field, and they determined that they would rather do the 35,000 for
To
the
finish
lights at
that
the park.
project, yeah.
Who determined that?
I believe
Grant
Grant
Dean,
Dean is the
yeah.
caretaker.
They choose where the money's gonna go.
Correct.
Goes to the park, but if you don't, we give them ideas.
So is there money there to do the field lights at some point in time? Do we have any idea how much is in that?
No, we never know from year to year.
And I will tell you, the lights on City Field are gonna probably be up more to the
Six figures.
125, 150,000 to do them right.
So where'd we get this number? 45?
Randy,
He was guessing.
yeah, Randy kind of just took a guess at it.
When they gave the money, was it 2 years ago? For the first step of it, they gave,
Yes.
they didn't have enough to give it for the whole project. So
Correct.
they gave him money to start the project and said, come back and we'll do it in
And that's
phases.
part
And
of
that's
the
what this
reason.
is, this is kind of the set.
of the project.
Said he wanted to do that.
So is this already a done deal? This
Yep.
is just letting us know?
Correct.
In this case, it would be, yeah.
This was, the phase one of the park lighting was supposed to go all the way around, but like I said, we couldn't get all the money,
He didn't
so
have
this is
enough
just
in-
finishing it up.
So it's a done deal, but I would like to just give my thoughts on it, I guess.
Yep.
I feel like City Field is providing a space and a service to hundreds, maybe thousands of people every year when we think of who's coming in, who's going out. And that's something that the city is going to have to replace. So it's gonna cost us money at some point in time. I feel like if we could have gotten this money for that, it would have saved the city money that we're gonna have to come up with versus lights around the park that are on, the park is closed. And that's just another thing that we now have to maintain. It's beautiful, but I feel like that's a project you do when you have extra money. We don't, right? We don't have extra money. Like if we could have replaced the lights at City Field, we wouldn't have to come up with that capital money out of the city's budget going forward, because that's imminent. I mean, we're gonna have to do that in a couple of years.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but we couldn't have done that because the people who.
But if we would have done it over the 2 years, the last one and this one, they would have paid for it. Possibly, or we maybe just would have had to come up with much less in capital, but.
So do I understand it right, that the bank as the trustee
Yes.
approves what it can be used for?
Yes.
So they approved for it to be used for the park lights, but not the city field or any lights?
Correct.
And actually,
I don't
the
even know if
will
it
was
could be
for
used
Lake Park.
city
I don't even know why
field.
Randy put this in here, because I don't think it would
I
have
don't know why you
qualified
put that in.
anyway.
That's right.
I was
It's not
questioning
part of
the park.
It's not
I was
part of the
questioning why you
park.
put that in, 'cause
And that's
it's not
by
the
grant.
Lake- it's not the
That's
Lake
right.
Park, so I don't know if that,
It was a need for the park.
I don't know
board,
if
but
the
not-
bank would even approve that, because
That's
it's
a good
not the
point,
Lake Park.
If you read the will, I know, because
So
I
it's
did
not
that.
enough, okay.
No, I wouldn't have needed an approved
If
project.
it's a revocable trust and he's the trust officer, then he's bound by the words in the trust.
In the, yes,
Yeah.
yep.
Got it.
So,
I just feel like going forward though, when we have the opportunity to try to pay for something that the city's not gonna have to come out of pocket for, we should absolutely think of that first. And it should come to council so that we can have that opinion before going to find the money somewhere else, just so we can have a conversation. And maybe the conversation ends on us absolutely agreeing. I just think that it should be talked about before people go and just finalize a plan.
I think he also.
There could be other things
I
in
think,
play.
I think he was also a little confused, because I think he thought that it was already approved the first time. like-
Well, it was with them, because they said we can't do it all in this.
Yeah,
We're
well,
gonna do it
yeah,
in
what
2
he told me,
phases.
what he told me, when I told him, you think, you need to have.
Who's
this-
him, Randy, or the?
Randy.
Rating.
And I told him, you need to have this, bill approved by the city council before we pay it. He said, oh, I thought it was already approved when we approved the project a few years ago.
Yeah.
So,
Phase 1 got officially approved,
Yeah.
but phase
I
2,
think he was just.
Grant was
yeah.
waiting for more interest money so that they could fund
But,
the rest
yeah,
of it.
So I think there was a little
Yeah.
confusion. But
Yep.
We just probably need to be a little more
Mhm.
clear, probably too, with the park board on, when they have projects, that's awesome, but they probably need to come to the city
Right.
council, just,
And
run
Ron,
everything,
that's something you can
run
help
everything by.
get the word across to them as well. When you guys are meeting and thinking about what you want to ask for the next fund for this, maybe bring to council several projects that you'd like to do at the park. I mean, we still need new playground equipment. I mean, that's something that's on my bucket list for the park. There's a lot of things that we need. So maybe a list of things and then a collaboration of the group. You guys could come up and maybe decide on a top 2 or 3 and see how they can fund it.
And I think new things are great, but we have a lot of things that we need to maintain or replace already that
Right.
are kind of going.
Sadly, this money won't be for maintaining anyway.
Yeah.
It's used to do projects, but not to do any maintenance.
Yeah. But like, could we, and I know this is a done deal, but just knowing for the future.
Oh,
Are there
that's what I'm
things
saying,
that we
they
could
need-
replace the shelters if they needed it, or things like that in the park?
We'll have to dig out that will again. I'm gonna have to look at it. It's been a while. I was administrator when I looked at it last time to see
Yeah.
exactly what
If-
qualifies. Grant,
I know in the past, we couldn't even use it for Highly Park.
no, it was just Glenwood. It reads right in the
Glenwood
will.
Park.
Glenwood
Right,
Lake
but within the
Park.
park, like those shelters are getting
the city
older,
field
like are there
is not-
things that,
Yeah.
What
so that
have
we
you
don't
used
have to
it?
pay for it
What
later?
other things have you used it for?
Yeah,
We
right.
put in the sidewalk that connects the top parking lot to the walking trail. We've only got it like 3 times now
So the
since,
amphitheater?
or 4 times now
Really?
since.
And before they used to split it, so it was like maybe 5,000 or,
That's
it was a
how we
smaller
put the
amount.
sidewalk in.
So then you picked little
He's good.
projects you could pay
Yeah.
for.
Probably was someone else in charge of it before.
The amphitheater had their whole roof and stuff redone with it at one point.
So they got all the money one year, we didn't get it
Yeah.
for the park.
And Eric, I might be dreaming this, but I don't know if you and I had a conversation or Dan and I had a conversation, or maybe I had it with myself, that there's somewhere in the park that's not lit. There's part of a parking lot that's not lit where there are some challenges sometimes. So when we think of, so to me, when I think of where do we need lights, it's for public safety, right? Beautification is wonderful, of course, but it's like if we have a known place in the park that people are doing things they shouldn't be doing because it's dark and not lit, that's where a light should go, so that now people won't go there and do those things. Was that with you? Maybe it was Dan.
I think it was with them.
Okay.
I was gonna say, 'cause
So that's where I think just a collaborative conversation where we can just raise those issues and say like, hey,
Yep.
these lights are great, but while we're doing this project, could another one go here? Or, you know,
You make good points.
So just so I can gain some knowledge,
Yep.
what all parks are under the Glenwood Park Board's jurisdiction?
Okay, so I'll just start off. Do you know where Troutman Lot is, or the lot across from, the concrete plant?
Yep.
We have that. We have Glenwood Lake Park, we have Hiley Park, we have the skate park, we have the soccer fields behind the high school, we have the Little Rams field, we have the sports complex, and City Field.
Thanks.
sports complex, the baseball fields, not the,
Yeah,
The
where we're
sports,
talking about
yeah.
the baseball lights and all that stuff, right?
Uh,
That's what you're talking
Well,
about?
that's, we were talking about City Field for the baseball lights, but we have the complex that has like the basketball courts and.
Yeah, I thought we were replacing lights up there.
Oh, yeah, yes,
Oh, yeah.
you're talking replacing the,
Yeah, yeah.
the
the
bolts,
ballasts
the
and
socket
stuff.
bolts, not the
Yes.
whole pole.
Yeah, not
And
Yeah.
the rec
the whole
fields,
light.
yeah,
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
good question.
And Vine Street is just, the soccer uses it
The school want the Little
for
Rams?
practices. That's basically.
Right.
I don't know, maybe. I can't speak for the school though, so.
He doesn't have that hat on today.
No,
So do you still close the park at 10 or are you leaving it open?
It stays open, you know, we don't shut the gate.
So if these lights are on, it's
But-
open for people to walk
Correct.
all night long if they want to, so it's not closed.
We kind of, in the past, we put a time limit on there in case there's a problem that arises, then there's a way to tell people they gotta go.
Mhm.
So,
I guess to me, that's where the contradiction in my head is that the park closes, right? Like it has a closing time. Now, whether we enforce that is a different thing.
Yeah.
But if the lights are on and we're saying, hey, come and walk because we put lights on for you to walk at night, to me, that's like a very contradictory message to the community that the park is not.
Well, and
Closed.
those lights dim, at night, and they stay on, I think it's an hour after dusk or dark.
Mhm.
They stay on bright, then they
And then
dim,
they dim.
and then right before dusk, they brighten up, so.
And with the time change in the fall, it gets dark way before
Way
closing
earlier,
time.
right,
so.
that's another reason they wanted those.
But
Were there any issues, Eric, with folks being down there when they're not supposed to be, that you're aware of?
Yes,
There's
from
always
time to
issues.
time.
And it's pitch black. So.
The only complaint I know about dark spot would be the parking on the south end of the lake. But I thought there was a light down there too.
There's not.
So that's the only one that I know, that I can think of.
I was gonna say, because I put new lights in the main parking lot, to brighten it up.
Cause that complaint we got about the shears being on the ground, I think.
That was very nice of Ray Thomas to leave money to
Yeah,
us.
that's nice.
That's very nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shears.
They're just
No,
using
no,
the
I know.
interest of it.
Yeah.
That's what we get money from, is from the interest of it, so.
And just so you guys know, we got 35,000.
Yeah.
And, the lights themselves are 21 $375. The poles for it is $7,130, and the rest of the $35,000 would go for pouring the
Concrete?
concrete that the poles set on.
And does somebody come in and do that, or is that?
We're trying to get a hold of the same guy that did the last one because we had zero problems with everything fit like it should. They installed all the bolts in it, the J bolts, and everything lined up perfectly. So it was a nice deal.
These are solar, right?
Solar, correct.
So I'll let Ron give any other updates now and then.
We could, just
we
since
keep
you're
it
here. One thing I wanted to ask you, Ron, because I had a couple people ask the trees on field 1 and 1A, are you gonna trim those or have you
Yes.
gotten to them yet?
Yep, I just got all the limbs and stuff off of that practice soccer field that's by 165.
Okay,
We finally got all the limbs and all that, and all those trees cut. We blew out all the leaves and stuff from everything here this week, so yeah, I'm getting to it.
okay. So it's on your list, I just wanna make
Yeah,
sure it wasn't
it's-
forgotten, since I can tell them that, and it's a follow-up.
And then with the stuff's already starting to green up, I'm gonna have to put fertilizer down here pretty quick.
Mhm.
So most years it's great to have the part-timers start in April 1st, but I could already start using them now.
Well, so you can, just monitor your hours and stuff, and their times.
I would not be surprised within a week and a half if it doesn't need mowed,
Okay,
if weather stays like it's going.
yeah, just get their availabilities from
Yeah.
when you hire them, when they come to work.
Oh, this ain't a normal year, so I'm terrified of what the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's not snow.
Yeah, we
2
got a
weeks.
big blizzard coming in.
Yeah, big blizzard. We haven't gotten our April blizzard yet because it's not April yet. One thing, you have the gate locked during the winter time, or not locked, but people could still drive around on your side in the park.
Yeah,
That was kind of presented an issue for Matt, the day of the ice skating people that, or the kid that fell into the lake,
oh,
being able to take the trucks through and stuff. Could you make sure they have keys?
A key,
or-
yes.
Yeah, I think they need to,
and that's something I had never really thought of.
I
because-
have, we wouldn't have until it happened, so,
Yeah, I definitely can.
okay.
That's another thing, I plan on opening that up probably this week at some point. But I may need to close it back down if it snows because I just don't want that road to get any worse than it is.
Yeah, get that.
I talked to Greg Chase, guy from the baseball club, about, opening or getting the water turned on down at the ball fields, and I just told him that, there's, in the forecast, I looked and there was like a 23 degree night, and until those are out of the forecast, I don't really want to open it up or turn it back on. So
Mhm.
last thing I need is pipes to freeze or a toilet to freeze and bust.
Yep.
Or do you want to tell them about that actually?
The what?
The ag.
Oh, I was contacted, so was Mitch was contacted about, a company that was redoing some ball fields in Neola.
Miller.
I talked to him today and it's not Miller,
Oh.
it's another little town.
Okay.
But he's got some ag line that we can purchase, and we can get it,
Tomorrow?
tomorrow, they're bringing it in. And it's discounted price, it's off of another field, but they're redoing that field, so they're getting rid of all that ag line. We don't quite know when we can get ours yet, I haven't got a timeline on it. I was told mid to late April. The club heard that it's gonna be later than that. So this would basically fix field 5 because somebody put some sand on it And now there's a bunch of rocks all over in the ag line. So what we get tomorrow will fix field 5 to where they can use it and little kids won't get hurt.
Oh, nice.
He said that it's good. There might be just a few little chunks of dirt in it because of them digging it out, but it's better than what we got now.
That was the one the person that Greg had recommended?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of them, not the first one.
No. The first one he recommended, that was brand new ag lime
Right.
coming from the quarry.
That was the raw stuff,
And it was,
right?
yeah, that was very expensive.
Right.
So this should hold us over until we can get the ag lime from Nick Jameson, which is way cheaper and matches all of our fields.
Got it.
Schulberg is who he's with.
Have we talked to the club? They're,
I talked to Greg
Okay.
today and told him that it was coming and I kept calling the guy, I'm trying to get a hold of him. I got the phone number from Mitch
Mhm.
and he wouldn't answer. And, so then I got in contact, Greg got in contact for me and then the guy called me and talked to me during lunch.
Didn't recognize your number, he wasn't gonna answer it.
right.
It's a spam call.
Bill collectors out there.
Yeah.
I left messages.
Anything else?
We've been working, trying to get basically, I haven't done a whole lot in the park. It's been mostly for the ball club, just trying to get everything ready for that. The only thing I have left on the list is, I have to paint the bathroom at City Field because we put new sinks in there and then I need to paint the floor in that. But again, it has to be above 50 degrees for the paint to set. And then I need to put some kind of sealant on the dugout wood on field 4. So I still need to go around and double check and make sure everything's good, but I've got pretty much all of that list completed, I think.
So are we gonna schedule the final kind of walkthrough?
I would love to find out when they're gonna start their season, and then try to do it prior to that by a week or so.
Okay. I can find that out.
That way it gives me a little more time to do the, tree trimming and that kind of stuff, unless they're starting it in a week.
Probably there a week, he's probably already out there.
Well, I just went to the Boat Sports and Travel Show and Creighton was having a doubleheader already, so people are playing.
You're fine. Alright. Anything else? Okay. No more questions for Ron?
Thanks, man.
Okay, thanks, Ron.
Have a good one, guys.
Yep, you too. it says,
It's 7:00.
okay, it'll be just a second here.
They have a class C. Is that out for outdoor? Or that's just regular?
It's renewal, 12 months from March 26 to March 27. Class C retail alcohol dram.
Do we have the original one?
It does say outsourced service in 25, 26.
Or would they just
I
have it?
guess if anything, we can approve it, but then we're gonna have to make sure they are, have a fence back there.
Maybe they thought they were gonna do something sooner than they did and just didn't
Yeah.
get around to it. And
Or they clicked the wrong thing on the, okay. 7:01, we're gonna call meeting to order. Please stand, say the pledge of allegiance with us, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Clerk, may I take roll, please?
Reiner,
Here.
Duran,
Here?
Lyons,
Here.
Kate's,
Here.
and McEwen is absent.
Motion to approve the consent agenda as printed.
So moved Duran?
Second,
Lines.
any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Duran,
Yes?
Kate's,
Yes.
Lyons,
Yes.
Reiner.
Yes.
Okay, at this time, we allow visitors that are not on the agenda. If you'd like to state anything to the council, please come forward. Nope, she said no? Okay. Committee reports. Tonight, we just have Park and Rec, so Mike will give us an update on that
Yeah, they
report.
covered a couple of things. One was the user agreement between the city and the baseball club. Finalizing that, the per person usage has gone up from $7.50 to $10. And increased mowing 3 days a week if we end up getting our 4th seasonal part-time position. And we're gonna add some language to the user agreement about who from the club can use the park tractor, what for, and how they go about notifying the city they want to use it. And then the park club was awarded $35,000 from the Ray Thomas Trust to complete the solar lights around the Glenwood Lake Park. That was it.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is a special event permit for No Kings Rally. Is that person here tonight? Were they coming? Do they know they needed to be here?
I don't think they wanted to be here.
They didn't want to be.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, looking at the request, let's see, where is it? They do list event location in the square, and we've left a word with them that that's not us, that's the county supervisor, so we can't approve that portion of it. Have you looked at this?
I have not seen.
You have not seen the event?
They actually went through the event application.
Yes, they did.
Later on, it actually says they're moving from the square to the corner of Locust and.
The same place they were last time. When I say they, the last activity that was there. It's March 28th from 9 to 10:30. Let's see. They have indicated they may use amplified sound and recorded music from 9 to 10:30 at both locations. And they question mark if they need security. Jeff, look at this. What your opinion as far as, since it says the square, you can make your approval based on scratching the square, they have to get approval from county. Thank you.
I'm all for everyone makes for 70, right?
Yep.
the First Amendment right. However, I don't find the square the ideal spot for sound equipment for businesses.
Mhm.
I know there's only a limited number of businesses on the south side that are probably open that time of day on a Saturday morning. I'm not sure about the east and west side off the top of my head, as far as the number of businesses that be open that they might affect. The corner down there, where they'll come and go with the business that's closed, unless they've got permission from the business owner to be isolated to the sidewalk again like they were previously, which,
Right.
there really weren't any issues that arose. We only had one individual who was extremely upset and we had to speak with. So,
A participant or someone was upset that,
upset they were protesting.
okay.
Another resident.
So there's businesses on the other three corners, right? That would be open from
Yeah,
9
Joe
to
Designer
10:30.
for sure. I'm pretty sure he'd be open mid-morning on Saturday.
On the corner of Locust and,
Where they'll
Gmail.
come and go is.
yeah, Locust
So
is
Gmail.
they'll come and go, you got the bank.
Yeah.
the bank,
Weekends.
the mortgage place and the gas station. I don't know if the mortgage place is open on Saturdays.
I don't think so.
The
I
bank
don't
might be
know.
in the morning and the
9
gas
to
station.
10:30 especially, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Did we get any reports of any disruptions from the businesses for the last one? That was in the afternoon.
It wasn't on the
That's a
square.
different day.
They
No,
can't,
but
we
it's
can't approve the
different
square anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
But it looks like they'll ultimately end up,
The other thing was a different
corner.
day, different time, different day of the
Yeah.
week, different,
But it was in the middle of the week.
Yeah,
yeah, in the afternoon.
but I did tell them, they need to notify the businesses if they're gonna be open on that Saturday morning. And I did leave a message saying to contact the county for use of the square.
Okay. But as far as the sound system, would that be the county then as well, or is that because of the sound
That would be-
ordinance us?
That would be us.
So you
And I-
don't recommend sound on the square, but okay on the,
So even the square would be probably more of us than just the county if they're restricted to the sidewalk. I mean, the county may not give them permission to be on the county grounds, but the sidewalk may be no different than down by.
right,
The White Oak
Well,
Station, whatever.
yeah. I know on the sign, they talked about bringing lawn chairs and stuff, so they're planning on wanting to use this, the square, inside the square, not just the sidewalks that I'm aware of.
Agree, and I have not talked
We don't know, I
to
haven't talked to them
the
either, so.
applicant at all, so.
So
But I
how do you
know they've
recommend
already
they
posted a
proceed?
flyer, so
You know what?
they've already posted a flyer, I got informed of that this morning,
Mhm.
so.
Yes, I have. So what's your recommendation to council, Larry?
The only other conflict that I know of that morning is, I believe the Plaza Easter egg hunt is gonna be that morning as well. I don't know the exact time frame of that, but I'm pretty sure I know they pull a pretty good crowd down there.
Down in,
Granted, that's a ways away, but I have an officer designated to that
Typical.
event, so I would have to bring one out for overtime to kind of help monitor this other event, just to make sure everybody's safe.
And this is 9 to 10:30.
Have we ever, or do we have anything in our fees about if we have to have an officer on overtime charging the amount of overtime as a fee? I think I've heard of other cities doing that, like when people request parades or that type of thing, they
I know we've had other individuals that we've contracted with to cover the overtime of the officer for the events, but
You know, we may want to look at editing this for future
Yeah, that's a good idea.
to include the cost.
ultimately, I don't foresee it being much different than the time before. Again, I definitely don't have an issue with the Locust Street It's pretty easy to monitor and make sure everybody's safe. The square, my only concern would be the sound equipment and the time of day. We also have apartments and stuff on the square. And without speaking with her, I have no idea how open they are to going with just Locust Street or what their
Right, I thought they were gonna be here tonight.
stance is.
So the only thing that we could approve is Locust Street, right?
On the, yes. And just on the sidewalk, not,
Not on the property.
right, because the property owner didn't get
Right.
permission last time. I doubt he gets permission this time, so it'd just be along that V shape.
And that group that was there before, I have no idea if it's the same people, but they were respectful of that,
Oh,
right?
absolutely, yeah. They
It's,
did.
Yes.
it's
Yeah,
the
they were
same,
very
I
respectful.
communicated.
I like
with-
staying in the right.
it's the same organizer people.
Yeah, so I
I
didn't.
communicated with them ahead of time
Yep.
and we didn't have any issues with them.
No, they're very peaceful. So if there's a motion to be made, you'd want to stipulate not the square and probably not the sound on the square at this time.
That would be my
It's
recommendation.
for the chief. Okay, so council, if anybody's interested.
And we couldn't even give that permission anyway. Right.
Well, the sound we can because of the
If they
sound
were gonna
ordinance
stand
that
on
we
the
have.
sidewalk on the square.
They could stand on the sidewalk, but he's not really
It would be respectful and.
respectful of the
talk to
businesses on
county
the
No
square.
matter what, if they're gonna.
And the
use
residents
sidewalk.
above, right?
And then you got people living in the apartments
Mhm.
that might be sleeping on Saturday morning. So probably, they could do the sound down below.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the traffic locus
I don't
gets it.
think did they have one last time?
Yes.
They did have one, okay.
So I'll make a motion to approve the special permit, for the event to take place on the corner of Locust and Sharp Street. And to be able to use sound equipment, but not, on the square.
Okay, a motion to use the Sharp and Locust with the sound only at Sharp and Locust.
Sidewalk.
Sidewalks, yeah. All right, Duran, is there a second?
Lines?
Okay, is there any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Kate's,
Yes.
Duran,
Yes?
Reiner,
Yes.
Lines.
Yes.
So who's gonna reach out to them and
I can
are you able
follow up
to
there
follow
tomorrow.
up with her, just let her know? These are the stipulations.
Sure.
Okay, and then people can sign for that. Okay, thank you. I don't know if you've seen that.
On Facebook?
Yep. No, but I got it sent to me, but it's, yeah. Facebook, I can show you later. Tracy, you're next. Come on up.
So maybe whoever was upset about it. Someone should reach out to them if they don't drive by, and you won't be upset. Okay?
Yeah.
You don't drive by.
Hello, Tracy.
Good evening. How are you all today?
Good, how are you?
Enjoying this beautiful weather? We're not gonna have another
Yesterday
70,
was
30
really,
drop,
really nice.
According to Eric, we are the city meteorologist over here.
Okay, we're ready.
Let me see if that shows up for you guys.
Not yet. Look, something's coming up. Here we go, multi-planning.
All right. So as I mentioned to you guys before, and I dropped off a pamphlet for you guys last time, unfortunately I had to run Melbourne over there, so wasn't able to hang around and give you guys kind of a quick walkthrough, but figured I'd do a little presentation with you this time. So this year, after a lot of back and forth internally in my own mind, I was